Today, we're talking about 5 free ways you can screenshot on your PC. Let's get into it. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Adrian Reddix, and today we're talking about 5 free ways you can screenshot on your PC. Last week I did a small little short, it was my first YouTube short ever, about how to screenshot on a Windows 10 device. And then one of my longtime subscribers, Josh, said, hey, what about snip and sketch? And I was like, maybe I should do a whole video on the free ways you can screenshot on your Windows device. The way it used to be done, which we'll show you today, and also the way we interact with our phones and tablets, how easy it is to do a screenshot, it should be just as easy doing it on your PC. And if you hadn't watched my YouTube short, I mean, it's there. It's a minute, but watch it after this. But watch it, okay? The first way is what I'm gonna call old reliable. And that's where you take your key combinations and use Paint. So the way that I've always done it and the way that a lot of people still do it, if you press Alt and screen print and then go open up Paint and then do your Control V and presto, bam, it's in Paint. The problem with this is antiquated. It's so many steps. You got to open Paint and then you can do some editing in Paint and things like that, but it takes more time than it's needed. Now, the evolution of this is going to be if you hit your Windows key, which if you're using a PC, and it's after Windows 7, you have a Windows key, your Windows key and your print screen key, and then bam. Whatever's on the screen, it takes a screenshot of that, puts it in your screenshots folder in your pictures folder, right? So it's just whatever's on there, bam. Simple, easy to do, Windows key, print screen. The next way you can screenshot on your PC is what we talked about in my shorts video, and it's going to be the snipping tool. The snipping tool is a very old way of doing a screenshot. Snipping tool has been around, I believe, since Windows Vista. Is when I first remember it popping on the scene. And it's a simple, easy to use tool. Now, if you use the Windows 10, it's not easily apparent to get there. So what you have to do, if you want to use snipping tool, is go to the search bar on the lower left of your screen if you're using Windows 10 or Windows 8, whichever one. If you still use Windows 8, you're a maverick. You are a maverick because a lot of people hated 8. I loved it, but whatever, we're getting on a tangent. Go to the lower left screen, type in snipping tool, and you'll see it pop up. Snipping tool is one of those legacy programs that Microsoft says they're going to get rid of, much like Control Panel. Click on snipping tool, and then you'll come up with this box. And it has a myriad of options. So you can click on new, and by default, the form that you're going to do is rectangle, because a lot of things on your PC is a square or rectangle, or the windows anyway. But unlike, whenever you just do just a whole print screen, you can customize what you get in your screenshot. So it has a freeform section, so you can go in there and freeform your screenshot. You have rectangle. You can either do the window, so whatever active window is open, you can screenshot that, or you can have the option of doing full screen. And what makes snipping tool a little better than what I call all reliable is you could do in-app editing right there. If you go to the pen, it has these presets, you can do that. Or if you need a custom pen, you can go to the custom pen section and make a custom pen. But each time you need a custom pen, you got to go and make your custom pen. That's the downside of that. But also, they added the feature where you can go to Paint, 3D Paint, Paint 3D, I always mess that up, and you can do some more editing in there. So let's say I got my screenshot, be it freeform or rectangle, I can go into Paint 3D if I have some extra things I want to do to it, like add different colors or different shapes or text or whatever I think I can do, and add some more textures to it and effects in Paint 3D. So it takes a old format of screenshot and capturing and integrates it into something new so you can have more options and more features that way. The next thing is the updated version of Snipping Tool, and it's called Snip and Sketch. So it takes Snipping Tool and Paint 3D and combines them together in one program. The easiest way to call up Snipping Tool is you hit Windows key, Shift, S, and that pops it on the screen. Snip and Sketch has a couple more features that Snipping Tool does not have. The main one being a timer. If you go to the left and it drops down, you'll see different times. It can take a snip now, screenshot, 3 seconds or 10 seconds. So you can get things set up the way you want it or move windows out the way. It's kind of like those old time, if you look at films from back in the 80s and 90s, where dad would set a timer on the camera and run around and everybody gets set. So dad can be in the picture too and not just be always behind the camera, or mom, whichever one. You can customize your pen. So if you want to go and do some editing and some writing on the picture, you can customize the pens in the app. You don't have to keep going to a custom pen. You just click on pencil, click your color, click the width of the pen, and you're done. Instead of having to go and click custom, go to another screen, pick which settings you want, and then get back in. It makes it a little bit faster and a little bit more intuitive as far as how to use it. And the editing features are a lot better. You get some more options in Snip and Sketch than you do Snipping Tool. You still have all the options of freeform and rectangle and window and full screen that you get with Snipping Tool. It just makes it an easier way to edit than Snipping Tool does. I think if you like Snipping Tool, you should give Snip and Sketch a chance, because to me the workflow is better and is faster. The UI is a little better. The UI is a lot better. The next thing is going to be the Xbox game bar. Xbox is a very important part of Windows 10. If you don't think Xbox is important to Windows 10, go in there and try to delete everything from Xbox and see if your PC will work the same. It will not. It's a very integral part of Windows 10. But the game bar, don't let the name game bar fool you. So the quickest way to pull this up is going to be Windows key and G. This works on Windows 10 devices. Whenever it pops up, you'll see this bar, and it tells you all different kind of things about your PC. If you look at the top left corner, you'll see a picture or a camera button. You click on that and it takes a screenshot. Much like whenever you do Windows print screen, it'll take your screenshot and put it in your screenshot folder. Not only that, it does a couple more things that none of these other options with Windows does. Let's say if you want to do some screen recording for a project or a presentation that you're doing, you can screen record not only video games, you can screen record you typing out a process for work. You can screen record a video if you wanted to, because of some limitations that you can't download it. You can do a lot of things with this screen recording, right? Also, because gamers love to know what kind of performance their device has, it has a box where you can do different things like see how much the CPU is using, or how the GPU is going, or some temperatures. It takes a very simple concept of screenshot and adds different components to it, made for gamers or with gamers in mind, that anybody can use for free. Everything until this point is what Microsoft has on your system for free if you have a Windows 10 device. It's already on there. You don't have to download it. It's there. The last one is not a native app to Windows. It's called GreenShot, and GreenShot is a program that uses the GNU license. What does that mean? That means it's open source. It's free software. And if you look at these thumbnails, you know that we love open source on this channel. We love open source on this channel. I have some links below of all the open source stuff that we have, and you'll see some cards pop up periodically with maybe now. So what it does, it does screenshots, whoop-de-doo. But what takes this to another level is you can take your screenshot. Let's say I take my crosshairs and I drag it. It only does rectangle as far as I can find out. So you take it and you drag it, right? Fine. Snipping Tool can do that. Snip and Sketch can do that. Great. So once you drag it, you get this dialog box that pops up and tells you where do you want to send it? You can send it straight to the editor, which the editor is very similar to the one in Snip and Sketch. The UI is different. User interface is UI. But what it does do is you can send this screenshot to different programs now. Now I can send a screenshot to PowerPoint or Word or some other text editor. It has a bunch of ways you can just send your screenshot and it's there. And I think that's what makes, besides it being open source, which, you know, love, it takes the screenshot and elevates it a little bit. I took the screenshot, now I have to open up Word and then go and add image and then go and do that. It saves steps. So if you're looking to increase your workflow and do a lot of screenshots that you need in certain programs, GreenShot is a great one to have. Hey guys, that's it. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully you learned something today. If you like this type of video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this type of video, give me a thumbs down. Tell me why you didn't like this type of video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one.